Howdy guys, lovely to see you all again. Today we're going to be looking at the delightful solo from Leper Messiah by Metallica. Let's take a look. Alright guys, let's take a look at the first section. We're going to start off with a 3-string E minor arpeggio, just working through some pretty basic sweep ideas in just perfect triplets. So I'm starting off with a pull off from 19 to 15 on the first string, then playing 17 of the second, 16 of the third, and then I'm going to ascend that back up. So I'm going to be playing 17 of the second and 15 of the first, and that's going to be sort of my first like 6-note grouping of an arpeggio. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to give us 2 triplets, and we're going to do 4 of that in a row. Notice that I'm ending on the pointer, which is the 6th note of the original arpeggio. So after that, I'm going to go to an F major arpeggio, which is starting from 20 of the first string. I'm pulling off to 17. Then I play 18 of the second, and then 17 of the third. And then to finish off that group of 6, I'm just going to ascend up by playing the 18 and the 17 again from the second to the first. We're only going to play that F major arpeggio twice. I'm going to do exactly the same thing 2 frets up for a G major arpeggio, and I'm only going to play that twice. Once again, ending on the pointer, and just briefly, that arpeggio was made up of 22 and 19 on the first string, 20 of the second string, and 19 of the third. Let's have a look at what we've got thus far from the start. Then after that, I work into this. So you'll notice on the 4th arpeggio this time, instead of ascending back up and getting a group of 6, I'm ending on the 4th note. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I just go straight to 19 at the first string. After that, I'm going to sort of change the timing from that triplet idea to a semi-quavered 16th idea. And then I work into this. So let's slow that down at a gentleman's pace. So we've got the 4-note arpeggio, a single cheeky 19 there, and then from that point I'm moving up to 22 of the first string, and I want to work in groups of 4. So we're going to go 22, 20, 19, 17, then 20, 19, 17, 15, then 19, 17, 15, 14, then 17, 15, 14, 12. So we're just working pretty diatonically through E minor. Let's keep going. I'm going to play 15, 14, 12, then 10. Next group, I'm going to be playing 14, 12, 10, 8. 12, 10, 8, 7. Now this one goes 2 16ths and an 8, so we only have 3 notes. So I'm just going to be playing 10, 8, 7 there. So there's only 3 notes altogether. Hopefully that's all making sense. Let's go right back to the start of the section, play it again at a gentleman's pace, and then again even slower with some tabs. One more time with some tabs. All right, guys, let's have a look at the second section. This is where the wah kicks in and we play a lot around the E minor pentatonic box position 1, which is between 12 and 15. We're going to be starting with 2 bends from 15 of the second string. And I work into this quick pull-off lick. Let's slow that down. I'm doing a pull-off from 15 to 12 on the second, and then jumping to 14 of the third. And then I want to play 12, 15, 12 on the second. All together. Hopefully that's making sense. Then after that, I do 2 more bends. So all together. At the end of that. This is a little bit faster than what we had before. I've got the same pull off from 15 to 12 on the second string. Then I jump to 14 of the third again. And then I'm going to quickly play 2 12s on the second string. Let's have a look at what we've got thus far at a gentleman's pace. Hopefully that's all making sense. Then we work into this phrase. Very, very hammery. So I've got 2 pull-offs in a row there. I was playing 15, 12 on the first and second string. Then playing 14 of the third, then 12 of the second. At the end of that, I've got the quick pull-off again from 15 of the second string to 12. And then I slow down to sort of an 8th note pulse. And that's where I'm playing 14, 12 on the third and 14 of the fourth, and I'm picking all of those, which will sort of create that decrease of speed. Hopefully that's making sense. Let's have a look at the whole section thus far, and then we'll add the last chunk to it. At the end of that, I'm going to play a single note on 12, and then do 2 double stop bends from 14 of the third and the second string together. I'm just using a flat ring and then twisting my hand. Hopefully that's all making sense. If you want to, you can use 2 fingers, but there's just for some reason when I use that flat finger and I just twist my wrist, that seems to do the job, as bending 2 strings can be a bit of a pain in the butt. So we've got, at the end of that, we're going to have 2 leading notes that will get us prepared for section 3. I was sliding into 17 of the second string and playing 15 of the first. Then we're working to all of that jazz for section 3. So let's go through all of section 2 again at a gentlemanly pace, and then we'll do it again even slower with some terms. One more time with some tabs. All right, let's have a look at the third section. Now this starts off with a pretty fast riff. I want to break it down into a group of 4 and 2 groups of 6, and you'll see why whilst I'm explaining it. So we're going to start off with this. That's going to be our first group of 4. So I'm going to start off very similar to that arpeggio we had in section 1, pulling off from 19 to 15. Then I play 17 of the second, and then I'm going to be playing 15 of the first. That's going to be my 4-note group, and then I'm going to do 2 groups of 6. So our 4-note group is this. Then at the end of that, I work into this phrase. And that's my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what I'm doing there is a very similar phrase. I'm doing a pull-off from 19 to 15, but I'm also adding in a 17 to 15 pull-off. And then when I jump up to 17 of the second string and go back down to 15 of the first, that's my 6-note grouping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got our 4-note grouping, then our 6-note. And we're going to repeat that 6-note grouping 2 times in a row. So we're going to have this. So all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So hopefully that's all making sense. We're going to go 4, 6, 6, and we're going to do that exact same idea 2 times in a row. Hopefully that's making sense. After that, I'm going to 2 gross bends from 19 of the first string. I'm also trying to get the second string chord on that. It's not that easy on this guitar. Closer action and even just closer strings does mean that you can catch them a little bit easier. So it's sort of a tone and a half bend from 19 of the first with the second string. The second one I'm pretty sure is a single, then we've got this phrase. So at the end of that, I'm pulling off 19 to 17 on the first, jumping to 20 of the second string, and then I go back down to 17 of the first string. At the end of that, two big sexy bends from 22 of the first string, and that's all of section 3. So let's go from those gross bends, finish it off, and then we'll go right back to the start with that cheeky fast phrase. All right back to the start now. One more time with some tabs. All right, guys, so we're going to have a look at this sort of little riff that kind of is an outro to the solo, if you will. I'm going to start off with this phrase. Let's slow that down. I'm going to play 7 of the 5th into 9 of the 4th. And from that point, I'm going to play the same 3 descending notes twice, which was 10, 9, 7 on the 5th string. So we're going to go like this. And I'm going to repeat that 8-note phrase 2 times. Hopefully that's all making sense. Now it's going to change on the 3rd variation with this. So now we're ending up on the F. We've got that cheeky chromatic, and it's almost drifting between E natural minor and E Phrygian, which is a cheeky modulation. So we're going like this. The first 3 notes, well, the first 4 notes rather, are exactly the same. It's playing that 7, 9 from the 5th to the 4th string. And then I'm working chromatically back 10, 9, 8 on the 5th string. Hopefully that's making sense. And then I go like this. So the last 3 notes of that bar, I'm going to be playing 7 of the 4th and then 10, 8 on the 5th. So all together. Okay, then I work into this phrase. Let's slow that down. I'm going to be playing 7 of the 4th into 10 of the 5th. And then I want to play 9, 7 on the 4th. And then I want to play 10, 7. So thus far. And to finish that off, I'm playing 9, 10. So we should have 4 bars of 8 notes. Hopefully that's all making sense. We're going to borrow those first 2 bars again, this phrase. And then we have a variation. So now we have 6 bars of this group. It's going to repeat the whole thing 2 times, but we'll just learn it once because why bother? And then we go into this phrase. So what we've got here, let's slow that down. I'm playing 7 on the 5th again and 9 of the 4th. And then I'm going to hit 9 again, but work back chromatically playing 9, 8, 7. And it's going to do that 3-note descend 2 times in a row. So we're going to have that little power chord idea and then the descending chromatic 3 notes. What I've got there at the end of that, I've sort of got 2 angry power chords on the A, which is playing 5 of the 6th string and 7 of the 5th. And I'm going to do 2 angry ones and a muted one. So you sort of have that, or it doesn't really matter, but I kind of like having that muted sound. At the end of that, I've got a B power chord on 7 and 9. So I'm playing the 6th string on 7 and 9 of the 5th. And I'm going mute, angry, angry, and I'm doing those on the offbeat. Because it's a little bit more on the sort of syncopated side. Hopefully that's all making sense. So let's go through the whole thing at a gentlemanly pace, and then again, even slower, some tabs. One more time with some tabs. was the solo from Leper Messiah by Metallica. Hope you guys dug the lesson. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already done so already. And check the links in the description box to my Facebook group and my Patreon. And if you want to check out some of my courses on Udemy, that'd be damn delightful of you. And of course, ta-da! That book I wrote a couple of months back, Ultimate Shred Machine, is still out. Please check it out if you want to up your chops in shredding, sweeping, legato, and tapping. Anyway, I will catch you guys all very soon. Take care.